All right, we're back for Magic Treehouse, book 16, Hour of the Olympics by Mary Pope Osborne. So as I come to any pictures, I will stop and I will show you the pictures that are in the book. Hour of the Olympics. Chapter 1. Just one more. You awake? Annie's voice came out of the dark. Yep, said Jack from the bed. Get up! We have to get to the treehouse before sunrise. I'm ready, said Jack. He threw back the covers, jumped out of bed. He was wearing his jeans and t-shirt. You slept in your clothes? Annie asked. I didn't want to waste any time, Jack said. He pulled on his backpack. Annie laughed. You must really be excited about going to ancient Greece, she said. Yep, said Jack. Do you have your secret library card? Asked Annie. Yeah, do you? Said Jack. Sure, I put it in your backpack. She handed him her card. She handed her card to him. I'll carry the flashlight. All set, said Jack. They tiptoed down the stairs and out the door. Outside, the air was fresh and cool. There's no moon, said Annie, just stars. She turned on the flashlight. Ta-da, she said. Let's go. They followed the beam of light across the yard and up the street. Jack was thrilled to be going to ancient Greece, but something worried him. What do you think will happen after we go to Greece? And do you think this is our last mission ever? Jack asked. I hope not, said Annie. What do you think? I don't know. Let's ask Morgan, Jack said. Hurry, said Annie. They started running. The flashlight beam flew in front of them, lighting their way. They slowed to a walk, and when they got to the Frog Creek woods, the thick woods were pitch black. Annie shined the flashlight upward as they walked between the trees. Finally, they found the magic treehouse. We're here, Annie called. Go on up, said Jack. Annie grabbed the rope ladder and started to go up. Jack followed her. Annie shined the flashlight around the treehouse. Morgan Le Fay was sitting at the window. She covered her eyes when the light hit her in the face. Turn off the light, please, Annie, she said softly. Annie turned it off. Welcome, Morgan said in the dark. Are you ready for your next mission? Yes, said Annie. Then her voice got very quiet. This isn't our last mission ever, is it? Ask me that question after the mission, said Morgan. We want to go on more, said Jack. You're very brave to say that, said Morgan. You've had 3 very hard journeys as master librarians. Oh, they weren't that hard, said Jack. You risked your life to save the last story of Hercules, said Morgan. It was nothing, said Annie. And the Chinese story of the silk weaver, said Morgan. And the Irish story of the serpent monster, Saphra. Thank you. You're welcome, Jack and Annie both said together. Now, said Morgan, for the last story. Jack heard a rustling sound. Here is the title, Morgan said. You can shine your light on it, Annie. Annie turned the flashlight back on, and she shined it right onto the piece of paper. Wow, is that Greek? Jack asked. It certainly is, said Morgan. She reached into her robe again and pulled out a book. For your research, she said. Jack took the book from her. Annie shined her flashlight on the cover. They read the title, A Day in Ancient Greece. Now, what must you always remember, said Morgan. Our research book will guide us, said Jack. But in our darkest hour, only the last story can save us, said Annie. Morgan nodded her head. And you must show your secret library card to the wisest person you meet, she said. Don't worry, we will. Bye, said Annie. Jack shivered with excitement as he pointed at the book's cover. I wish we could go there, he said. And I wish we could go on lots of other missions, Annie added. The wind began to blow. The treehouse started to spin. It spun faster and faster, and then everything was silent. Absolutely silent. Here's the title that's in Greek that was on that page. Chapter 2. Any girls here? Jack opened his eyes. Warm sunshine streamed into the treehouse. We sure don't need the flashlight here, he said. Look, Morgan gave us clothes like the ones we wore in Pompeii, said Annie. Jack looked down. His clothes were similar to the ones that he had worn in the Roman town of Pompeii. A tunic and sandals. He also had a leather bag in place of his backpack again. Annie looked out the window. And we landed in an olive tree just like in Pompeii, said Annie. Jack looked out the window and he caught his breath. Are we in the wrong place, he said. I don't know, said Annie. Look past the trees. Does it look like a big fair? Jack looked. Annie was right. Past the olive grove was a field filled with white tents. Beyond the field were red brick buildings with columns and large crowds of people. What's going on? Jack asked. He pulled the research book out of his leather bag and he found a picture of the scene outside. Below the picture were these words. The Olympic Games began in ancient Greece over 2,500 years ago. Every 4 years, more than 40,000 people traveled to Olympia, the town where the festival of the athletic games took place. Oh man, whispered Jack. We're at the ancient Olympics. Cool, said Annie. Jack wrote in his notebook, Olympia, first Olympics take place. Come on, let's go watch, said Annie. She started down the rope ladder. Jack threw his notebook and the research book into his leather bag. Don't forget to get Morgan's story too, he said, and he followed Annie. Annie waited as Jack stepped down onto the ground, and when they walked through the olive grove to where the tents were, Jack heard pipe music and smelled food roasting over fires. Groups of men talked excitedly to one another. That's funny, said Annie. I don't see any girls here. Oh, sure, there's girls, said Jack. Where? Show me the girls. Jack looked around, but he only saw men and boys, no women or girls. Then he saw an outdoor theater. A woman was standing on the stage, and she had yellow hair and a purple tunic. There, said Jack, pointing. What is she doing? Asked Annie. A soldier was on the stage with her, and he wore a long cape. A helmet with a red crest hid his face. The woman and the soldier were waving their arms and talking loudly to each other. I think they're doing a play, said Jack. I'll look. He pulled out the Greek book and he found a picture of a theater. Listen, he said, and he read aloud. Here's the pages. The Greeks were the first to write plays. Many English words for theater come from Greek words such as drama, scenery, and chorus. Many Greek plays are still performed today. Hey, Jack, said Annie, you're wrong. Then when Jack looked up, he saw the woman had pulled off her wig. It was really a boy dressed up as a woman. See, even he's a boy, said Annie. That's weird. Jack went on reading. A few actors would play different parts in the same play. Women were not allowed to act, so men had to play the female roles too. That's not fair, said Annie. What if a woman wanted to be in a play? Don't worry about it, said Jack. He put the book away. Let's take a peek at the Olympics and then find our story. He nudged Annie to move along, but just then he heard a voice. Wait! They both turned around. A man with a short white beard was walking right toward them. Hello, said the man. He was looking right at Annie. Who are you? Who are you? Annie asked him back boldly. And we'll stop right there and take up again tomorrow at chapter 3. Thank you. Have a great day.